as that target comes into range and to hit.
Okay.
But we don't really want to be reactionary. So there's a couple other choices we have. One, we could pick a target. Say we scanned our opponent and we're like, they have a hole in their left arm, and so we want to hit that left arm. So what we could do is we could wait for the moment where that left arm comes into our range. So say we're fencing, boom, and like I'm here, left arm's not really a target, and then boom, I get right here.
Okay.
And you're like, that hole's in my range, I'm going to take it and I'm going to hit, right?
Okay.
So that's one thing we can do. Or we can force them to bring that target closer to us. Okay? So an even better example is, say, the left shoulder.
Okay.
So say I have a hole in my guard and you can get to the left shoulder. And first you're just like, okay, as soon as that comes into range, boom, you attack the left shoulder.
Okay.
Or what you can do is you can force me to bring that target into range. One example would be, say you have me in a corner like this is the corner.
Right. Okay.
And you want my left target to be into range, right?
Right.
Well, right now where you're standing, logically I wouldn't want to go that way, right?
Right.
So logically I would go this way. So instead, what you would do, if you want me to go that way, to bring this target closer to you in range,
okay,
you throw an attack cutting off this direction and making it seem like over there is a good escape.
So, what, like coming in with a cut on that side?
Correct, because now I can't go that way, right?
Okay.
But first we need to set it up, right?
Okay.
Where you're standing, you're closer to that side, so more of that side is shut off than that side.
Right.
So we don't want that. We want it in a little escape route. So you would step out somewhere like this.
So this is where you were talking about, like, forehead to forehead, or...
Correct. Right eye,
equal eye,
equal eye, and left eye, left eye. So you would want to do the right eye alignment.
Okay.
So by being right eye alignment, now I see this as an escape. So what you would do is you would throw like a cut over here to get me to start moving.
Okay.
And then once this moves over here, you would preemptively move your sword where I'm going to go. So I close range on myself, now bringing that target into the range for you.
Oh, intellectually it totally makes sense. But, so just come through, but then instead of stopping my cut here, because I have been working on that, because you said stop your cuts and all that other stuff.
Yeah, exactly what you want.
Super hard to do.
It is.
So then I would just stop, instead of trying to stop the cut normally, just like change it.
Correct, mutate it.
Oh.
Or you can even feint the cut. So say you're the one in the corner, right? And so I want you to see the difference. Okay, you're in a corner. Okay, right now.
Okay, corner.
So we'll just imagine it's like behind you.
Yep, like there's one line and there's the other line. I'm in the corner.
Okay. Now, right now, you don't want to go this way.
No.
Right? It feels like you're more there. But when I'm more like right here, now you feel like that's
Now my axe doesn't want to go.
Correct. So now what I might do is I might feint a cut so you start to step, then I go over to here.
Oh.
So you close into it.
Okay.
Okay? So that's some of the logic now on you've been able to identify how to pick a target, what target you want to pick, and then there's ways that you could force them to move that target closer. Another easy way is if someone is in left foot forward, then they're going to want to pass to attack with their sword to the right.
Okay.
So what you can do is you can target their leg, so they pull their leg back, right? But most of the time when someone is their left foot forward, instead of pulling their leg back, what they'll do is they'll then just launch their attack and they'll step their right foot forward. So say you feint towards my leg.
Wait, so I feint towards your leg.
Correct. To trigger this attack where I'm going to take the passing step.
Okay.
And then you just bring this over, protect it, and I walk right into it.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So stuff like that, where sometimes you can either just hit the item as it comes into range, and this works for all the different ranges, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've got mid-range, you've got max range, you've got critical range. So anytime they change any of their targets into a new range, right, then our footwork changes based on our range or our thinking, and we can just hit that target based on where we want. Or we can get them to move that target closer to us, which is like really easy to do with, like, say, sword work. So say, for example, like you want to aim right here on my hand.
Okay.
So you let me move to gain your blade and you just disengage underneath and boom, now that target's moving closer for you.
Okay.
So stuff like that. Tons of different setups where you can just pick the target you want and then get them to bring the target closer to you.
Okay.
Okay? Now that's the setup for an even bigger concept called bank running, which is an advanced concept that I'll kind of just run you down.
Mm-hmm.
So what bank running is when you get them to move the target closer to you,
Okay.
while moving their first form of defense away from the target, and at the same time their last form of defense has simply too much distance to travel to stop.
Okay. Oh, so this is similar to what we were talking about at the lesson last week about how you figure out where the parries are, and then you know that they're going to have to come across with dagger.
Correct.
Then that gives you the ability.
Correct. So a good example is say you have your sword extended. Now normally if someone beats your weapon, then you do not want to attack because it takes one tempo to get your weapon back online,
Right.
and then one tempo to attack, right?
Right.
So instead, most of the time people are going to retreat. So if I were to beat your sword, the logical thing would be to retreat, right?
Yep.
Now when people retreat, so say you beat my sword, when people retreat, this front foot lifts up for a moment. Okay? Lifts
Okay.
up before they go back. So it goes like that and it tends to lift up. So if I beat their sword, then now what's going to happen is since their sword's moving down, they're going to want to pull it back up. Right? Well, if my toe is their target, now they're bringing their first form of defense farther away from the target. Now, since their toe is also raising, it's also bringing the target closer towards my attack.
That makes perfect sense.
And then now your left hand cannot reach your toe. So you have no way of stopping it. Now your hand is in tempo moving away. Your foot, the target, is in tempo moving towards.
Right.
And your last hand that has its tempo left cannot get there.
Can't do it.
So that's a concept that I created called bank running. That's essentially what a bank does to you when they steal your money. They get you to bring the money to them, and then they say, yeah, sorry, we have to keep your money, and then they fucking leave with it, and then they're too far away from you.
Exactly.
Okay?
Okay. Awesome.
So that's a little bit on how to identify and
Awesome.
get